Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time for another daily dose of dismal Disney. We're going to talk about Disney doling out big bucks to the stars of Frozen, $60 million.
Mm-hmm.
Is that each?
Each. But that's for two movies. It's for Frozen 3 and 4. But yes, it's $60 million each. So right off the bat, each of these movies, just from those three actors, is like about $100 million. Just there. Not counting animation, not counting the other voice actors, not counting the teams behind it, the directors, writers, right off the bat.
So that is a crazy amount of money. That is more than a lot of big Hollywood stars get to be in a live action movie. And Disney animators, some of the animators are pissed because they're like, we're the ones that actually bring these characters to life. They just happen to be celebrities that were cast, in the roles. And, so that's on one hand. But then the other side of it is we know that Frozen is money in the bank, right? Like,
well, that's what Disney's banking on, clearly.
And then part of me is like, God, if they're dumb enough to pay you $60 million for some voiceover work, take it.
Yeah.
You get that bag. But it's crazy to see the juxtaposition because we have animators, talking about being so underpaid and stuff, and Disney's replacing a lot of them with, or trying to replace them with AI. It's not going very well. So we'll talk about that, but then we're also going to talk about, Pixar's Hoppers and the trailer drop for that, and it's very underwhelming. So yeah. Disney's probably looking at Frozen like this is our last best chance to make bank on an animated movie.
That's what I think. That's why they're paying them so much money, I think, is because they're like, we're going to go all in or banking all on Frozen. Because everything else they keep doing, like Elio, I don't think Hoppers is going to do great.
No.
All this stuff just keeps failing. And what's doing well are their sequels like Inside Out 2 and stuff like that. So they're going to pay these voice actors ridiculous amount of money, and to the animators' credit, it isn't right. They're the ones doing all the work, but here we are.
Yeah, and this is part of the problem, I think, though, with the trend of celebrity casting for voices now. Like all you hear when you watch the movie is that particular celebrity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in the case of Frozen, when they were first cast, like none of them were a huge deal, really. I mean, Kristen Bell, people knew. Idina Menzel, if you were a Broadway person,
yeah, Broadway,
but wasn't like, and they bring up Robin Williams.
Josh Gad doesn't go away.
Nobody cared about Josh Gad. Yeah, I didn't even know who Josh Gad was until.
I honestly thought Josh Gad was gay. I really did.
The entire world did too. James Corden, I'm waiting for him to come out too. Maybe those two can get together or something. I don't know. But
they're not the same person. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, they're not the same person. Yeah, basically James Corden is the British Josh Gad. But Robin Williams, I mean, he got I remember the story. He got screwed over by Disney, and then to make it up to him, they bought him a really expensive Picasso painting because they're like, yeah, we really screwed you over. But they still went ahead and did direct-to-video Aladdin sequels without him as the genie. They didn't do that great, but so, and a lot of times they would do spin-off series. Like I remember back in our day, pretty much every Disney movie got like a spin-off series, and it was always another voice actor aping, the characters from the movie, but the characters transcended the voice actor. And now it's kind of like, they're like, yeah, if we don't get, is anybody going to care if Olaf is somebody else? I'm going to be honest.
I mean, if it sounds close enough, they probably will. I mean, Frozen is their big thing.
Yeah.
Frozen has become one of the biggest things they have, left because they haven't killed yet.
Yet. I dare you, Disney, I dare you to follow the Snow Queen and turn Elsa into a badass villain in the next two movies. She goes to the dark side. She's like, I don't
think they will do that now at this point because they've already made her good, but they better not give her a girlfriend. Oh my gosh.
I don't think they're going to.
That.
No. They have
5 years ago they would have.
Theme park in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, wherever the hell they're building it. They're not going to do that because they're going to want to have Frozen meet and greets. So anyway, we're gonna talk about this. Before you get into any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Yeah, woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
If you're not sick of us, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com. We're going to be putting more content over there. That's why we call it more.clownfishtv.com. We do have some stuff behind the paywall, but it's not a $60 million paywall. Don't worry about it. So we'll talk about this. This is coming from The Wrap. Frozen actors' $60 million payday isn't that crazy how A-list animation salaries skyrocketed. Analysis. People are like, well, it seems like a lot of money, but
again, it's for 2 movies. They're doing it back to back.
Yeah, so they're only getting $30 million a movie. They're not mentioning,
and I think that they're getting residuals too.
Oh my God! So every Frozen doll you're getting.
I don't know if they're getting that, but I think when I was reading it yesterday, unless this is different, it says differently. It wasn't just that.
So they said it's more of a natural progression. They said the Wrap reported on Wednesday that the 3 lead actors of Frozen have struck a deal worth more than $60 million each, which may make them the highest paid actors in animation history should both films be produced and find success.
They will. They're doing it back to back.
Frozen is the most lucrative franchise in the company's empire right now, with 2 films that each gross north of $1 billion. And they need that. I think they're just afraid to mess with the formula. Like, don't break it. Frozen actually is the only thing we have that makes money now. So please don't break it. Theme park attractions and merch that rake in billions every year. Yeah. Frozen dolls. I mean, I remember reading Hasbro was making all kinds of, it was Hasbro and Mattel making all kinds of money on Frozen dolls.
Well, they've taken turns, so it could go either way.
So not everyone's happy about it, though. It's insane to me that the combined talent budget for those 3 stars. So where's Kristoff in all this? He's not.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, they're not saying what he's getting, but yeah.
Yeah, right. It's insane to me that the combined talent budget for 3 stars is essentially the price of the film.
The price of a film, yes.
Yeah. Stars who also get huge paydays from residuals, while the directors and artists who spend years of their lives making those films get paid pennies in comparison and never see a dime in royalties off of characters whose images generate billions. One animation director who requested anonymity told The Wrap.
Well, he's not wrong.
Yep, adding that Bill Schwab designed Olaf but gets paid a fraction of what Gad is pulling down. They're not wrong. Like, these are the people that actually bring the characters to life, and they're getting jack shit, but these guys go in for a couple days, record some lines.
Yeah, they don't do a whole lot, and they get paid millions. And they said, "I'm fine with voice talent being compensated. My issue is with the imbalance." And I totally agree. Yeah,
I agree.
100% agree.
So the imbalance goes back further than you think. While the outsized paydays for Belle, Menzel, and Gad personify the value of the actors to this golden franchise, they aren't actually at all that unique. In fact, this can be traced back to a single all-important moment in the history of animation and voice acting. That'd be Robin Williams. Yes, Robin Williams was probably they had other celebrities doing voices for movies, but it wasn't to the level of like Robin Williams at the height of his career.
Okay, but the difference is Robin Williams would take a character and he basically made the character what it is. I would argue these other voice actors aren't doing that. They're just voicing a character, but not. There's a difference between Robin Williams and these other celebrity voice actors. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing.
Josh Gad is not Robin Williams.
No, but any level, he's probably the closest to the ones doing it, but like Robin Williams, you give a script to any other voice actor, they just do I'm that character, this is the script, not Robin Williams. He takes it, he took it, like, not now, but he took it far beyond that. And that's why he was worth the money. And that's why he would be a draw over other celebrity voice actors.
Yeah. So he had a long history with Disney. And I love that they bring up Popeye. I love the Popeye movie. That was how it started. Because Popeye, people don't realize it was a Disney co-production. It was Paramount, but was also Disney. And I love the Popeye movie. I love actually, it's on my bucket list. I was talking to my kids the other day. Before I die, I want to go to Popeye Village. You and I, we're going to go to Popeye Village.
Okay.
Someday. Because do
we have to eat spinach to get there?
No, we don't have to eat spinach.
I love spinach, so it doesn't matter.
So Sweet Haven still exists. It's the set. It's Popeye Village now, and you can actually go there, and they do Christmas stuff, and I just like the movie because it was based more on Thimble theater than it was the Popeye cartoons. So you had a lot of that, the oils, the whole backstory there. I thought that was really cool. Plus Shelley Duvall. That was, R.I.P. To both, actually. Man, that's depressing. Anyway, so he had a history, and they brokered this deal, and it was insane. They said the actor was grateful for the career boost Dead Poet Society provided him. Yeah, because he was in rehab. Mm-hmm. And remember, back in the day, you could be involved in a scandal one year, and then the next year your career was, totally fine. But yeah.
He didn't get paid much. I do remember this.
Yeah. It was less than $500 a day.
He was one of the ones that was worth it.
Yes. He won so back in the day he got $8 million at the time for,
No, that's what he would have gotten.
A-lister. He would have gotten that, yeah. In Michael Ovitz' memoir, he said that Williams was slave for 3 days of voiceover work for Aladdin, but his ad-libbing was so wildly funny and prolific that Michael Eisner tossed the script aside and rebuilt the movie around Robin Williams.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he sets aside.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say. He embodies the character, the fact that you're not just reading a script. He literally was the character. That's the difference.
So yeah, they built the movie around Williams' performance, and made a ridiculous amount of money. And he told Eisner that Ovitz recounted, he told Eisner Williams didn't want more money, but he deserved a significant gesture of recognition. And then they gave him a Picasso painting, and it was worth millions of dollars, like $4 million. That's still a drop in the bucket compared to $30 million a movie, and none of these people were Robin Williams. The only exception I would say, Idina Menzel, you got to have an Elsa song, right? I mean, you got to have the song for the movie.
Well, yeah, she's got pipes and a half, so yeah.
Yeah, she's got pipes and a half. But I'm like, you literally could replace anybody else. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a dick, but you could.
My takeaway from all of this, besides the fact that it's screwing over animators, which is kind of shit. My takeaway from all of this is Disney is desperate. They are not doing well at the box office. Hoppers doesn't look like it's good. I don't think Hoppers looks that great, personally. This is all just about the history of people getting more and more money. That's not.
Shrek and Moana.
I'm talking about Disney, for Disney specifically. They are this desperate. To me, this is how desperate they are. They are so desperate to make sure that Frozen does well so they can scrape back all their money, that they're going to give the voice actors $60 million for both films. Like, again, for 2 films, you're talking, almost $200 million, $180 million just to have them in 2 films. For just those 3, not counting anybody else. That's how desperate they are to make Frozen stick. Meanwhile, the people who actually make Frozen, make the script, make all the decisions, the directors, all that, they aren't getting paid anywhere near that.
Yeah, and the actors, I'm sure, were afterthoughts for the most part. Like, they already had the cast, whatever. But none of these people were like A-list actors.
But they're getting this ridiculous amount of money, and I get why people are mad. But this just, to me, shows how desperate.
They don't want to break
Disney's desperation right there.
And this is why
daily dose of desperate Disney.
And this is why they will never have Elsa with another girl, because it's going to break the thing. She's never going to be evil either. I mean, God, I would love for like evil.
I know,
Elsa.
but that would have been, they should have done that, but they didn't. But
just
then,
do it. Make her evil.
Toy Story 5, same thing. They're just, you sent me a thing the other day where the guy who was running the Toy Story 5 thing was basically like, trying to make excuses up for why he did it. And it's like, it's money. At the end of the day, it's because Disney's sequels make money. So we want one that Toy Story, well, if it's done right, will bring money. That's
I think it was Andrew Stanton. I think he was saying, because they're like, oh, well, people told me that Toy Story ended with Toy Story 3. He's like, well, that was the end of Andy's story, but we have so many more Toy Stories to tell. And Magical. It's like, no. It's called Bob Iger's like, make me more money. And for every, failure they have, like Elio, they got to make 2 other movies that make bank. So we're playing it safe. We're going to do the Moana live action movie, which looks 1-to-1 with the...
And it'll do well.
It'll do well because people love Moana already. So they'll go see the same damn thing again. But I don't think Hoppers is going to do that great. I watched the trailer. I'm like, this doesn't even... I mean, it's done by the guy who did We Bare Bears, which has a huge following, I guess, in Korea. But like... It looks to me like every other talking funny animal movie I've ever seen ever.
It's like Avatar, the Animal Edition meets like Over the Hedge or something.
Yeah, Over the Hedge, and they have so many of those talking animal movies. It was Open Season and like all that stuff. And it doesn't look like nothing about this movie screams Disney to me. And Disney's kind of done this before with Brother Bear, and it didn't do that good.
Well, that was a lot different. But yeah, I just don't think it's going to do super well. I could be wrong. I don't think it's going to do great. Elio didn't do great. And so their takeaway is for every new one we do, we need 2 sequels so we can, because they're trying to find a new one. I mean, they said this flat out. They're trying to do new things to find the next thing they can sequelize. They can make sequels that are sequel to sequel, serialized, or you want to call it. The franchise, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
They're trying to find the next franchise, but so far they've just fallen on their ass or on their face, or whichever. Sometimes the same thing.
Sometimes it's ass face.
And
there you go. Disney Pixar's ass face.
So now they're just going to give a bunch of money to what they know will work and pray to God that it works.
And the weird thing is that the budget, I mean, what they're paying one of the Frozen actors is probably what they're paying like all the animators at Pixar to work on his movie.
Right, because like they're not wrong. They're the ones who give us the scenes. They're the ones who make the characters come to life and do the funny things. They're the ones writing the dialogue that make them come to life. And none of these people are getting paid like that. But the voice actors who do like a few days in the studio are going to get paid $60 million for 2 films. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Look, if you can make that money and they're dumb enough to give you that money, you get that money, because like you can live pretty well for the rest of your life if you invest it right and don't fall into the Hollywood trap, right? You're good. You never have to work again. That's why you don't see these people in anything else. They don't have to work.
Hear me out, Disney. I can save you some money. You can just start paying us like $10 million every time you're going to do an animated film, and we'll tell you whether or not we think it's butt and if it will fly, because we're usually like our accuracy rate's quite good. So you could just give us some money.
You just give us some money. We'll say that's ass or face.
Hey, we'll take $2 million per film. Just run it by us. $2 million. We'll let you know what works, what doesn't work.
Just call us on Skype, or no, Skype's gone. So call us on Zoom and just be like, hey, we got this idea for this girl who transplants her brain into a robot beaver body. Do you think? No, just don't do it.
Don't do it. We can save you so much money if you just give us the money. Let's be consultants. We'll save you a ton of money. NDA, no problem. We've already signed them with you before, so we already go look it up. We've already signed them with you, so we're good.
We actually the juicy stuff we have never let loose on this channel. We probably never will, because you wouldn't believe it anyway.
Yeah. So there you go.
So anyway, Zootopia 2 is coming out. They'll probably make money.
Oh, Zootopia 2 is going to do well.
Yeah.
Wicked for Good is going to do well, even though I hear it's not that great compared to the first half. Avatar will do well. The box office is going to, from now on out, it's probably going to make up for the whole year of shit, or at least try to make up for the whole year of shit.
Yeah, this year, actually, the Christmas time, a lot of movies coming out. I can't say they're not going to make, Avatar's going to make ridiculous money. Yeah. I actually kind of want to see Avatar 3. I don't even like the Avatar movies. I'm kind of looking like, the trailers.
You can go see it. I think our daughter wants to see it too. I have zero interest, but you guys can knock yourselves out.
Trailers actually, and I love the ride, and I love Pandora, but I thought the first movie was boring as fuck, and I've never seen the second one. So,
well, you probably should watch them before you go. But anyway, we should wrap this up because people are like tired of hearing us rambling, and we got other videos to do. So there you have it. Disney's desperate. There
you go, guys. It's just another day. Another day of the week. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.